Right on the money. Kia ora, everybody. What's up? It is Robett, and I am here with Keith Stubbs, old school snow shredder from Wanaka. How are you, my friend?
Kia ora, robett. I'm good, brother.
Um, you have created a happy commune. You have locked the doors. You're sitting in a yurt. I'm really excited for this banter. For those who aren't aware, what have you created? Because I'm so keen to see outside this tent and see what you've done. So give me the nutshell. You live in Wanaka, into the snow scene, do a bunch of media shit. Lockdown's going to happen, and you're like, all right, I'm going to dot dot dot.
I'm going to go live in my yurt and my caravan and surround myself with good people.
How and you put an offer out on social media, say, yo, any of you guys want to come hang out for a month at the pad? Like, so what's it called? What's the official name? It's the Hawea. What is it?
The Hawea Grove. Yeah. So
The,
let's rewind like a year. We kind of set this project up with a sustainability angle. We wanted to film a 20-part webisode series around sustainable building. And build with some really unique products like hempcrete, and do something very different. And I've got no understanding or background in building at all, so it was quite a unique project. And then come along the COVID scenario, and I see all these travelers with nowhere to go down here. There's camper vans everywhere,
yeah,
and
everywhere.
campgrounds are locking down. They're all the public ones are closing. The private ones are kind of still running to a degree, and they're offering reasonable pricing for their month, but there's people without anywhere to go, and they can't get flights out. So
Yeah.
I had some friends of friends, Swissies, that reached out and said, "Hey, we can't get a flight back home. Have you got any advice?" And I said, "Come here." And then we decided to open the gates to a bunch of other travelers.
So
So we've got a
so
hippie coming.
you got it's so
Not There's probably only one actual hippie here, though. It's great.
okay. So you've got space. You know it's going into lockdown, and you're like,
Mm,
stuff it. Everyone roll up. Let's come hang out for a month. So just
yeah.
vans have just rolled up to your property, pulled up. Like how big is how big is your pad?
The property's 1 acre, so 4,000 square meters. There's a large section of it kind of fenced off. We've got a bunch of truffle trees growing there, which is pretty cool. And then we've got four groups of kind of travelers that have come and parked up for the month.
So how
Um,
many people now? So you got
so there's eight of us in total.
just
So
in your pad.
yeah, yeah. So we didn't want to go too hard and open it up to dozens of people. We've got one outside kind of outhouse toilet and one outdoor shower. So, it would have been a rough scenario if someone had brought the coronavirus in with them. So,
So what are you
so
doing?
we just
All right. Let's give us a tour. You're on your cell
all right.
phone. Give us the floor is yours. I'm just so it's
So
so
here's the
really
yurt.
it's so sick. Yeah.
This is the
Like
yurt
how big
lounge.
is that shit? That is
This is epic.
massive, bro. It's got couches in it,
Yeah, yeah. This is our lounge office space, or my
dude.
pretend
And
office
what's at the
space.
top? Like
Yeah.
what's up? Go up to the top. What's it? Is it just open space? Open?
Yeah, you can lift this off. It just pulls down to one side, and you can open it up inside, and
And was
you
this
open
already
up these
set up
windows here.
before?
Yeah, we set this up back in December, so
Okay.
I knew I'd be here for a little while filming this project. So I kind of went, I need a workspace and a lounge space, and this has been the best part of this is coming and spending the evenings in here.
Yeah.
We have
Banter. I bet you got, dude. I bet you've got
mad poker
mad
games at
banter.
this table.
And what do you do for power?
Bet power's good. Power, we've got a caravan connection running out through my little caravan here, and then it connects back into the yurt here.
Okay, so yeah, give us the tour. I want to see us. You go full screen. So, floor is yours, mate. Give us the tour.
All right. Well, this is the Hawea Grove right here. These are our truffle trees.
So sick.
I never knew anything about truffles before this, by the way, just so you know. And then over here we have the yurt and my caravan with a few casks of wine hanging out. And then we've got our crew down there. Give us
Oh
a little
yeah,
wave,
yeah.
guys.
What up?
There's one group, and we've got another group here. These are our musicians. We've got our in-house
Oh,
musicians. It's amazing. we'll be producing an album during these 4 weeks.
That would be. And is it called the? It was going to be like the Grove Sessions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're good too. So we'll
Do you
do our best
Facebook
to
Live? You
record
should
them.
Facebook Live the Grove Sessions, and then
That's a
do
great idea.
Yeah, hell yeah. J Cole's gets all his crew together for a 7-day stint, and he blocks out this entire thing, and they all basically live and create for 7 days, all in the same area. And there's I think there's 13 different studios or 7 different studios in the same spot, and everyone just goes around during the whole week. And the whole goal of it, at the end of it, they come out with an album, but there's a whole bunch of content and mini doco and the whole thing. That's perfect.
That's awesome. Love it. Yeah, I'm in. And we've got another group here. These are our Swissy engineer crew.
Yeah, dope.
And then we'll just go over and show you our little outdoor solar shower, just because that's pretty cool. There's no one in it. No.
Yeah, let's. I don't want to get. I already run close enough of the edge to get sued. I don't want to think. Okay, cool. So you got outdoor shower. So where's the power coming from?
We were all metered on the property already, which is good. So we've managed to get that in early days. We've got a caravan connection in here.
Dope.
And then literally that's running up the property with water all the way up, which is good. So the guys at the top haven't got power to their little corner, but otherwise we've got power throughout, which is lovely.
So you've got eight, and I imagine it's what, you and 8 strangers?
Yeah. So no one knew each other apart from their little groups. Like there's 3 of them knew each other before. And it's such a diverse mix of people. It's amazing. Literally, we've got everything from musicians and artists to school teachers to an engineer to a builder.
Damn.
It's quite the project.
Oh man, that's cool. And did you document everyone meeting each other and be like, "Yo, we're making a doco, locked in for a month with 8 strangers"? It's like Survivor. Are you going to kick people out if they're Muppets, or is everyone you've rolled the dice pretty well?
Yeah, no, we've rolled the dice well. No one's going to go. It's good.
Any single couples? Any singles there?
There is, yeah, but there's not enough females for the singles.
Oh, that would be a funny twist to the doco. Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's
we got
awesome.
a slack line as well,
bro. You've gone full hippie. That's great.
Yeah.
You got the slack line. You just missing your patchouli tea and your cage-free almonds.
We have almond trees.
Man, that's awesome. Okay, so you've got the 8 of you in there, in the mix, and I imagine you guys just have the mad banter sessions in the yurt, right? That's probably the communal place at nighttime. Music, wine,
yeah, that's
poker.
It. Usually, it's been a different game every night so far. So we've had a good poker session 2 nights ago. We've had many kind of other like more social games, the old classics, Name on the Head and various ones. Oh, bang my head. Yeah, it's good. The yurt is the place. This is the hangout for sure.
Good on you, dude.
It's unreal. The music sessions are the best.
So we've had a lot of people that have been in the that I've been interviewing in the business game all over the show and whatever. You've probably, I guess, maybe potentially the most rural guest we've had on the show yet. Everyone else is kind of in the big cities and stuff. So it's great. So we've gone straight to the Grove. So what's the vibe been like we're obviously talking about just quickly before. How is the unity of Wanaka, and I guess in the smaller sort of towns you felt sort of come together for all this? Is everyone kind of really on the same page with what they're about? Everyone's snitching on everyone? Like what's the buzz?
Yeah, I think the community is really strong down here, so we're quite lucky, especially in Hawea. Wanaka for sure as well. The part that bugs me the most is the keyboard warriors. The person that says, "Oh, I saw this person riding across their bike across town, and shouldn't they be within 2 k's of their location?" And it's so relative to everyone, right? You've got so many multi-sport athletes and amazing adventurous down here that you say, "Oh, you can go out into your locality to go get some exercise." Well, that to them is a 10K run, before breakfast. So it's so relative to different people, and I think everyone needs to just be a little bit kinder and a little bit more understanding of different people's perspective.
Is Karen just from HR just flipping snitching on everybody?
Karen from Facebook. I'm surprised you haven't had her on the show yet.
I ought to find a Karen from HR just to see. It's like I've just got this persona of Karen from HR. Um, so financially, let's talk about the impact that this has had. Tourism's a big part down south, Queenstown, Wanaka, everything essentially dried up. I saw a video with Bridget from Cadrona and TC up, sort of talking through it. What's the, I guess, like, I mean, even just the timing of April, right? You've got people basically starting to head down that would be heading down to start for the winter season, start on the mountains, get ready for the winter, all that sort of stuff. What's the what's been the initial impact straight off the bat with what's sort of happened on a local level?
Well, I mean, everyone's first concern straight away is, are we going to be able to ski or snowboard this winter? It's quite a selfish perspective in a way, but it's definitely my first concern too. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for sure.
You just see a big rise in all like split board purchases and people trying to bring in snowmobiles again.
That will happen for sure. There'll be a big soar in touring gear, I reckon. But I think all the ski resorts will get open to a degree. We just don't know what yet. It could be a minimal season. It could be a reduced season. It could be reduced operations. There'll be some kind of reduction for sure. The biggest one is, can we get any kind of borders open with any other countries? And that's a huge unknown right now.
Because a big part of that is especially the Australian market massively, right? Being able to fly direct in from Australia into Queenstown, they're on the slopes the same day. That's a big piece of it, and also from all the different races in Europe and all the different other people from they've come through training from Japan and comps and whatever. So the
China too. China's massive right now. Yeah, China's been a booming market in the last kind of 3 to 5 years. And last year, I think Cadrona especially had huge numbers out of China. So that actually, if you look at their numbers, that's actually probably the most viable country to do some kind of open border arrangement with right now.
Yeah. And obviously this is, in some respects, I'm imagining that they'll be lucky that they've pulled the trigger on this from a government perspective earlier rather than later. So if it can clear up by May or even June at the latest, there's no reason that they couldn't get the wheels turning and get the chairlifts up and rocking. I'm sure there's a lot more behind the scenes that I wouldn't know about, but it's not like this would be happening in June and then basically they kill the season, right?
No, I think a June opening is pretty unlikely. I would say July, August, if anything.
July, yeah.
So the tricky part for the Cadrona TC combo is the purchase of Treble Cone. And how that plays out this season. Obviously, they want to do an amazing job up there and show to the TC diehard crew that they can run a good operation. And then coronavirus hits and puts a lot of different aspects into the mix here.
Yeah. What's the what do you think everyone's going to keep themselves busy with down there for the next little bit? Like, what's everyone up to?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Fitness is a big part down here. So I'd say a lot of people are doing their own little fitness challenges. I actually heard there's a trail running group that runs out of Wanaka, and they've tried to start that.
They staggered run.
Well, they've tried to start a 24-hour like fitness challenge where you broadcast your own fitness challenge around your house, and you make your house different stages, and then you try to do it for 24 hours, which is pretty hardcore, but I guess that's what Wanaka's about, right? There's a lot of hardcore people down here.
Well, it's not. I think everyone in Wanaka is not stuck up in apartments on Queen Street and 42 square meter one bedrooms, right? There's a lot more sort of, I guess, open space, and people have backyards, and there's a lot more creativity. Even just seeing the I guess in the DNA of everyone down there as well, it's being outdoors and smelling the air and getting active and doing shit, So it's definitely probably different challenges to those in the cities for sure. Probably better challenges in many ways. Less people, more personal relationships. Seems like a bit more of a unified collective of a community trying to get through this thing.
Yeah, I think right now isn't necessarily the biggest challenge for people down here. It's what's coming after this with the decline in tourism. That's going to affect us for a few years, if not longer.
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen there?
I don't know, really. I'm not an expert in the tourism side of things. The part that I'm most interested in is the opportunity for councils and governments to change their way of thinking and look beyond GDP as the primary source of measuring success.
Go for it there. What?
Well, I think about it like this. I mean, New Zealand's already taken some steps towards this, you know, with our current leadership, which I'm in awe of, by the way. Um, they've moved away from GDP to a degree, right, with the well-being budget and so on. I think about GDP as being, if you're a business and you measure your gross income, that's a government measuring GDP. Instead of measuring your net profit, which is your kind of GDP minus the impact on environment, the impact on mental well-being, the impact on society, and that's what we really should be measuring, rather than just GDP.
Yeah. And do you
I
feel
think
that? There you go.
I think there's a huge opportunity for shift and for a change in thinking coming out of this, but that opportunity isn't just from a government leadership perspective. It needs to be from business leaders. It needs to be from community leaders to move away from just kind of GDP as our main source of measuring, really.
Yeah, it's politically, I think we've never seen so many things move through government as fast as they have. I think it's been very clear that we've had, the speed and I guess aggressiveness of how they sort of approach this it's been very, very strong leadership, right? It's very, no one's kind of questioned that. I mean, the only thing people could give shit on is, did they not go fast enough? But then always the counter that would be, well, if they did that and people get pent up feeling that they've been like locked in, there's always a balance. So you've been pretty, I feel what I would hope, and this is even talking to Vic Crone, the CEO of Callaghan from last week, was, it goes to show how fast you can move when the people actually want to. And you, especially with local government and local councils and all the rest of it, it's actually going to be a great moment to stop and actually think how they can work a bit smarter. And Cameron George, the CEO of Warriors, was yesterday, we were talking about how to work more horizontally across these different organizations, across different sporting sectors and industries, and as a great opportunity to potentially bring together a collective of other industries and minds into a similar thing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
What do you most hope? So you go.
No, go.
I was just going to say, what are you most hopeful about for the end of this?
I would like to see a new measuring tool come out of this that balances GDP, so gross domestic product and kind of our economic drive as a society, with the environment and with happiness and well-being of society, and balances those three things equally. That would be a dream come true if that could happen. And if I think about it, what we're doing here is like a really tiny, minute scale version of that.
Spoken like a true hippie. So proud of you, Keith. You got to grow the dreadlocks out. You got to get the TC. You got to. Oh, so cool, man. How much wine did you bring into that shit? Like how much booze do you have on hand? Are you like stacked?
There's a lot of wine. Yeah, there's a lot of wine.
What's the drink of choice?
Yeah, definitely red wine.
Red, Pinot Noirs?
Yeah, lots of Pinot. Quite a few cask wine for once you've had a few Pinots. You can downgrade a little bit.
Get on the goon bags.
Yeah, that's it. The goon bags.
Bring back the Darrow Fest. No, it's been mega, man. If
there's a couple of bottles of whiskey sitting around, you'd be pleased to know.
Yeah, shit, yeah. All right.
Get a monkey shoulder.
Oh, jeez. Oh, danger. If people want to... You're obviously documenting this. Is it on the Hawea? Was it that? What's it called? The Hawea
Grove.
Are you putting?
Yeah.
Are you documenting all this on the Hawea Grove's Facebook page? Like, how are you? Because obviously you're a media weapon. You shoot, create. You do your thing on the creation front. If people want to check out and follow this journey of the Hawea Grove, where do they go to? What do they do?
That's awesome. So we have the usual Facebook, Instagram. Check it out, the Hawea Grove, nice and easy to follow. And then we're shooting a 20-part webisode series about the whole project. So the first 2 episodes are out. That was really planning stages before COVID-19 was a thing. And then we're producing the 3rd episode right now. So that's kind of a lot around sustainable building materials. And that literally we finished filming that as lockdown kicked in. So the goal is to shoot episode 4 here during lockdown and kind of move away from the sustainable building angle into more of the community angle for an episode.
Dude, mega. Nadia just jumped in, Keith. Amazing human. Good shit. What's up,
Nadia?
She's
awesome.
Glenn, got to grow that fro out, Keith.
What's up, Glenn? How are you?
Oh,
Good to see you.
mega. Oh, dude, I appreciate your time, brother, and stay good on there. Tell all the crew and stuff I said what up. But yeah, I'm jealous I'm not in Wanaka right now. It's be a cool time. Lots of fresh air, lots of cool crew, not too much craziness, and a few hippies, a little bit of whiskey, some poker, and a shit ton of Pinot Noir. I think you got it
Awesome.
set there, mate, in the Hardware Grove.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Hey, can I put a shout out to? I've got a real intriguing aspect that I want to learn about, and it's called the Genuine Progress Indicator. So it's a kind of a suggestion for replacing GDP. I believe there has been a study done on this in New Zealand, but I can't find that much about it. So if anyone knows anything about this study or in New Zealand, the use of GPI, Genuine Progress Indicator, reach out to me, talk to me about it. I'm keen to learn.
Dude, GPO, there you go. Keith Stubbs,
GPI.
appreciate it, my friend. And I'll talk to you soon, eh?
Thanks, buddy. See
Ciao,
ya.
homie. Deuces. Mate, flipping, love it that the Wanaka gang jumps in the mix. Flipping the Hardware Mafia, flipping down south, dirty Wanaka gang. Flipping love it. For those who don't know, I lived many a year in Wanaka with all that crew. And I've known Keith for a very, very long time. All right. Good work, team. Adios. On to the next one.